Wow. Nasty dump to the downside. I was pretty bearish yesterday, talking about different things on the weekly. Sad to say, I hate to be bearish. I love Bitcoin. I don't hate anything really, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. Struggling. We're looking at the price action right now, 65,460. And, we got to get back above 65.5. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. I see a possible live trade right here on the perpetual. We're going to talk about that. We're going to break it down too as well. Again, thank you for jumping on in. My name is Samuel Price, the Crypto Lifer. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset, and that is your time. We still have a day full of opportunity. If you can believe it, we still hit gains in the trading group. I know it's strange. It was a very small cap gem, so you know what I mean? It didn't take much. But I did put out a coin called DEGEN last night and yesterday throughout the afternoon, and DEGEN went up 59% to the upside. DEGEN Reborn, not to be confused with another coin out there called DEGEN that you can get on the DEGEN chain called DEGEN Swap. This is coming up fast. Things are coming up so fast and crazy. And I'm going to talk about something new here. In about a half an hour, I'm going to teach you about something, a whole new social media organization that some of you may know or may not. But I'm going to put you on. It's actually pretty on the low right now. Not many people know about it. It's just starting to become known. A couple people have made videos about it. All right. 4K would be a dream. I would sell everything I own. Wow, you guys would love it. 60 million Bitcoin buy will cause 60% upside of the null hypothesis. Epic times. We have some of the coolest people here in the chat. Previous resistance becomes support. Jupe might be a beautiful buy here at about 154. Taking a look at this if it can hold the zone here. Jupe taking a little bit of a move. And the daily still a little high for Jupe. We zoom in, but it's not too far away from the 21-day moving average. The 4-hour looking interesting too as well. I'd keep Jupe on the radar. Whatever coin's been hot just gets a little bit of a pullback, likely to stay hot. So I would keep Jupe on the radar and pay attention to Jupe. All right. Bang, bang, bang. I would never sell off my Jupe. I don't think, not for a while. Thinking about listing. I don't know if that's a good idea, man. Yeah. Celebrate the first super chat. Appreciate that. I don't know, man. Across the street from me when I grew up, my neighbors, my neighbor was mentally retarded, mentally ill. I don't know what the word, I don't want to, and, so and she came over and played checkers with me in her 30s when I was 8 years old. And, it was kind of a big thing for me because my parents were really proud of me that I would but I knew that she had my mentality and she wanted to hang out with me. And, yeah, her name was Diane, man. It's going to break my heart right now. I'm 8 years old and across the street, we move in and I'm a new, she had been living there for years and she's like, "Hi, Stan, you want to play?" And she was really big and tall. Diane, and, man, I found out she passed away too a few years back and, I know, right? But that's my life, man. That was my upbringing. And she would come over to play checkers. And I think I did it 5 or 6 times, First, I was a little uncomfortable because I was 8, but I even at a young age, I learned humility, right? Humility for people. And it changed my life, Let's take a look at what's happening to Bitcoin and break it down for the day. Could we get a bounce here for Bitcoin? 65.5, the weekly support. Can it hold? There's a chance we get it. On the daily, it looks bad. We have a low, a high, a lower high. Can we make a higher low here and not lose the key area of support? And we'll break that down. I'm going to clean it all up. We're going to talk about it on the weekly. We're going to go from the back to the forward, to the forward, to the back. What I want to keep us in privy to, ATR is still holding 7 cents. We got in at 2.6. Thing is a behemoth. So the things, I've been pretty dicey about what I've been getting into. Posted a bunch of different charts, but again, remember, if anyone in my trading group, when Bitcoin takes a dump, it affects every single chart. We just try to see what charts, how DEGEN is still, banging on them. But again, baby, we did it, baby. Shout out to the lifers, man. Pocket Network getting a little bit of a bounce today. UBX, this thing looked interesting to me because that RWA hit off and it was on a tear. Then they started their little sell-offs, right, like they should. And you could even pull a fib from there to there, really. I pulled a bigger fib. We could come to this 618, possibly. But in my times, I've pulled fibs from here because that is really the generational point of this next movement. You could say it could be your chase, but I like to go big or, the reason I can go bigger here is it can't hurt you. Like whether you had an argument over there or there, it can't hurt you to go this far. Because if you do get to the 618, you know, and at the end of the day, it still is, would be this, because that is the level, because that's your entire range. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Sean in the chat. Shout out to all my team and the whole crew. Shout out to the entire crew here. Everybody that makes the studio possible. All the engineers, the video people, the whole camera crew out here switching and everything out there. And shout out to Susie and everyone that makes food here in this beautiful buffet. That's awesome, man. Studio's going great. I'm really excited here. You know, I'm all alone, guys. There's no one here. There's no buffet. Shout out to everybody here. Best fam in the game. Thank you, Sammy. Shout out to GF Burke in the house. Shout out to everybody coming on into the live stream. We appreciate you. But no, shout out to my whole team, though, and everybody here hanging out. We appreciate you, and we love you all. We love you all. So, yeah, I was looking at this. You know, I'm not in it. I didn't buy any of it. It just, you know, I'm just curious to think about what could happen just because it looks more bullish than a lot of the other projects out there. It's new. It's RWA. And it seems to be shrugging off Bitcoin's move a little bit. And so we'll see if Bitcoin can get it bounce some of these coins. So, you know, you don't want to get when I was a young trader in the crypto, I used to get scared off pretty easily by a Bitcoin dump and just sell everything off, run out of the, you know, now I don't do that. I'm in too early. I watch things grow, you know. This SCOTTY you guys keep asking me about, I don't really like it. I don't think there's anything about it that gets me going, but it's at a 786 Fibonacci level that it bounced from. 9 out of 10 times during these rallies, this is the bottom of the coin. So again, I could be 100% wrong. I don't own any. I don't know the team. I'm not bringing this up for any other reason, but I see a 786 Fibonacci level. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. All right. Let's take a look at my Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart again on the perpetuals. And I don't want to miss, I think I just missed my signal. Sometimes, see, I forget because I'm trading, but I want to show you different things. But that's what I want to say. I don't want to miss the signal here. Dang, I missed it. Above the 1 minute on the 200. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all. That's basically what I simply trade futures on over and over again. And there it is. Once we got above, we opened up the trade again. It's a treacherous day. We got some news coming in too as well. I just want to take a look at Forex Factory and show you what's happening. It's a busy week. All right. So today, April 2nd, we got through April Fools. We got JOLTS job openings today at 10 a.m. Factory orders, right? FOMC meetings where a member speaks. That's not a big deal, but still, right? Vehicle sales all day, tentative GT price, FOMC meeting, Master speaks, Daily speaks. Okay. They got PMI in Canada. Okay. And so we had this JOLTS jobs opening. Can I just get a link to that by the team? Jamie or Sean? I'll check the DMs. Just want to take a look at to bring that up without having to take any time away from the charts for a second. Just want to give me that if I can get that PMI, that's what we were looking for? I thought there was PMI too today, but let's see. So, see, Fed Chair Powell speaks tomorrow at 12:10. You see what I mean? And that's just, final services PMI is tomorrow. So we have that tomorrow. The whole market's going to sit on a lot of this data. Okay? And every time we get these, consumer reports, or it's producing reports, it doesn't matter. People speculate on it, and even he said they speculate on it too much, but they speculate on it. And so it is what it is. It's something that we're going to see. All right. But still too hot. And then DEGEN still hot right now, right? But again, small market cap, extremely high risk, right? Anything can happen to these coins. They're brand new. But, to me, look, it stayed inside of a flag and looked bullish to me too as well. Look, like, if anything looks bullish, it's still inside some type of flag here. And if Bitcoin could maintain, bang, right? April 2nd, you say, I signed up to the membership yesterday. How do I invite to class this weekend? You signed up for more than 3 months, right? That was the plan. You need to join the 99. I know I'm missing out. If you like RWA, just buy the token. Yeah, token, right? Token Fi. You know, it's interesting. I like that you said that. And, you know, we got some smart people in the chat. I'm telling you right now that know their way around a keyboard. But I'm serious, though. This is another coin that I was salivating for that I missed out on. So what I do is I take advantage of these Bitcoin dips and scoop up some coins that I may not have had a chance to grab, and always remind myself that there's opportunity at hand. Hey, I bought $3,000 worth of Bitcoin on the low there. You see what I'm saying? I'll sign up for Sam when I get my salary. Shout out to you, man. You do whatever makes you happy, man. You just keep coming back. We'll got you going here on the live. I never want to feel like I'm begging for money. You know what I mean? If you guys want to pay, you pay. You want to jump in, you want to jump in. I will provide as much as I can for you for free every single day to show you that whatever I can for everyone I know. Shout out to my buddy Greg. If you're out there, Greg, we love you. Hope you're having a good dinner. Hope everything's going your way, man. God bless you, Greg, out there in Thailand. So, yeah, this looks interesting to the 786, but honestly, to me, I'm more like this. This looks like their 786 here from secondary impulse. You know, this thing's pretty hot, and it's been, you know, so, and again, I don't own any, but I'm thinking of grabbing some. I'm thinking of DCAing into this coin, right? I mean, it's up nice already, but I would like to grab a little nibble here and there of Token Fi. Can I get a little bit of RWA? Can I get a little bit of RWA? Get some Token Fi, you say? Yes, put it in. What you say? I gotta get it in, but I got token in. Oh, yes. Oh, no. What do you mean? Oh, slow. I'm just messing with you. But this is hot. I like this. You know, you got it on my radar, and I'm in between. I feel like this is the dip that I may want to grab it on. Same thing here with Aerodrome. For me, it's a coin I want to continue to accumulate. I feel like it's the next cake for me. I got cake in the last rally from 60 cents all the way to $44. I believe I can get Aerodrome up to the $20 to $30 range here. And I started snatching it around 39 cents. So I'm loving this coin. And this dip is really just giving us some pullbacks from some of the hottest coins that are just out of control hot. You know what I mean? We have to realize there's opportunity every single day, constantly, no matter what. All right? No matter. Okay, we came back and retested. As long as we can stay above the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame, we can get ourselves a bit of a move here back to the upside for the reversal back for Bitcoin. The Sammy trade the reversal flag to the upside. There's a chance we can grab this here on a live trade. Stop loss below the 200 SMA. 271 risk reward ratio, not my favorito. Support of resistance right there. You also want to see where your other 200 SMAs are. Where's my 5 minute? And can we get the move back up to the 5 minute 200? Be a place to either take profit or take a partial to see if we can get the move. Stochastics are high in the 5 minute. So I'm going to do my top-down analysis before I jump in case I miss something. All right. Now, again, I have been saying the monthly does have a little bit of bearish divvy there, you know? And you finally, I mean, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight months. Bitcoin's never done 8 straight months in its life. Right? That was one thing people were saying on the monthly chart, right? But we'll see. You know, we've had a red month before that's turned green. We'll see. Only time could tell. It could still turn into 3 white soldiers, and we're early in the month, right? Let's not jump. But look, I mean, the weekly stochastic away from the 21-day moving average, you know, and then you pull a fib. To me, if you looked at this like it was the 1 hour chart, it would make sense to you. See, like if I told you this was the 1 hour, we erased this W, and I showed you like a different name of a coin, you would 100% believe me that we would go to the 618. But because it's Bitcoin and everyone's telling you the story, you now don't see the TA the way it's... See, I realize that every coin does everything the same way. Just like Token Fi is going to come back down. like we just talked about. Like, see, just like this came down. Bitcoin's going to do the same thing on the weekly that this just did on the daily. I mean, it's likely, just like this came from the high stochastic back to the 21-day moving average. Everything likes to come back to the 21, no matter the time frame. It just does what it does. Okay? I don't know why. Don't ask me why. That thing is, everyone wants to know the answer. Why? I don't know. I studied this. I just know it is. This is what you see happening. I was just going to take you back. So you can learn from every time frame how to trade other time frames. And what I did is I learned this because I started learning it, and then I back tested it to see if it was real. See how we had to come back to the 21? Okay? So then you go to Bitcoin and you can see that the 21 could curve up, we could hit it, and then the weekly could continue to the upside. That could be but and that would be 100% healthy. It would make a lot of sense. What I like right now is Bitcoin back above a key level here. And so we're up in the trade. Oh, yeah. Dang, hold on. I'm like forgetting I didn't take the trade. I'm like, I thought I took the trade. Where's my setup there? There it is. See, this is supposed to moon here out the flag now to the upside. The target is 67,175, right? 67,152. The stop would be 65,398. All right, we should be able to get the move to the 200 on the 5-minute now, and then try to get the 5-minute to break back above this. I was late on the entry. Apologize. Oh, yeah, I wanted to see the weekly before I entered. I guess, it's a crazy day. There's a lot of going on. But that's a nice flag to the upside with a pretty good move, and we got back above the 200 on the 1 minute. We talk about this every single day, how to enter a trade once we get here. I did miss it. This was a beautiful entry on this candle here. You're already in the money on the science and the sauce. And again, like I like to not, you can even see we made a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here that would try to get us back into good graces. Again, we're gonna zoom out here. This may not even work out. It's a treacherous day to trade. You can sit on the sidelines. Trading leverage right now is high risk. You must know what you're doing, have control of your emotions, set your stop, know where you're at, and be okay with losing what you lose. Set proper risk management and even let it fly or don't. You know what I mean? Can't second guess yourself in this type of situation. You have to have a system that you're going for, something that you believe in or you don't. All right. Moving back, let's get into Bitcoin on the bigger time frame. So I always keep talking about this level here at 65.5. It's like, it's the one, right? It's where these two candles closed. And it's just like, it's been my focus for a few weeks now. Honestly, over and over again, right? So again, if we can get a candle to close above it, I remain bullish. It's crazy, right? If we close below it, then I'm talking 60,000 here at this two candle closings on the weekly, this chunk of liquidity, and then 51,000, 52K is not out of the question here at the 618. But we must close a weekly candle below 65.5. And right now, we're back above it again, attempting to reverse here. Stochastics say, yikes, they would have to curve on us, which would mean one of the smaller time frames would have to kind of give in. But even look, the 4-hour wants to go. The 4-hour is a perfect double top. I've learned that like almost every time frame can give me information. When I began, that was too much for me. It was too daunting. My mind could not take going through multiple time frames like that. But now I can see almost anything I need to see. And so that's bearish as all heck to me. That is a double top on the 4-hour time frame. 68% of the time, that's going to break to the downside. The length of the pole here, right? And so that's telling you that we're likely going to visit 60K. Just based off technical analysis alone. All right. But wow, did we just get a move? Look at that move to the upside for Bitcoin. We just banged on him to the upside if you took the trade with me. Sam Price does it again with the move to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. Up 14% with the liquidity grab. All right? I was late on the entry, but you knew above the 200 we should get a move to the upside here. That's a quick grab on a day like today. Pretty sketchy. Let's take a look at our 5-minute time frame here. Let's go. Can we move continuously back up to the 200 with the short squeeze now? 66,100 continuing to the upside. You are now in the money if you're traveling with the lifer. You just banged on them. I'm up 200%. Who just took along with the lifer? Who just took along with the lifer on an insane move here? Back up to 66,100. All right. I could do this 10 times a day and make $500. Now we're up 14%. Starting to get a bit of a moon move here to the upside. Gains. We do this all the time, right? Tell people this is the channel that shows you how to make a live trade during the hottest, most insane times. We get it in. We show you the trade. We show you the entry. We show you the science. We show you the sauce. We show you how we get it done all the time. And I'm not a big shot. I don't have to make big money every time. I can make this 10 times a day. That's $500. If I do that 4 or 5 times a week, that could be $1,500. And that's $6,000 a month. That's an extra, you know what I mean? Then I could flip that into another altcoin that 10x's and turn $6,000 into $60,000. And I can repeat the process over and over again. The key is to have a system that you trust, that you move with. That's all. I don't care how much you're making as long as you continuously doing it. Look at this short squeeze to the upside here. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP showing us where the liquidity is. We got this big red bar of liquidity back up to 67,000. And let the squeeze begin to the upside. Look at this, boom. And we got buyers. We got movement here to the upside. Shout out to everyone that took a gutsy call with me. That was a gutsy call. If you laid your guts on the line, bang, bang, bang to the upside. This is what we do here on this channel. I don't care if it's 80. I don't care if it's 100. I don't care if it's 700. I don't care what you're doing as long as you're up in these gains, baby. That's all that matters to me. Let's go all the way to the 200. Can we continue to push to the upside and pin this? Let's take a look at the 1 minute time frame. On the way to the target, almost basically hitting the target. That's where I usually would take some profit. 70% of my target is a smart place to jump on out. I'm going to grab that for 75. I do that 4 times a day, 5, 10 times a day. And so that's a scalp there. Originally, I missed my initial entry. It should have been like 150, maybe even a little bit more. $200 trade. All right. But bang, that's how you scalp in and out, okay? Live on camera. And bam, 66,200 for Bitcoin. What a beautiful place to be. And we got our first win of the day on an insane day. A bit of a reversal. Okay? We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll hear from you every single day of the week. Let's take a look at the 30-second chart for Bitcoin and see what's happening on this reversal. Got me a little hype right now. You know, a little fun, you know. I got the red tie on. We're all red today, right? And we still got signs of life here for Bitcoin. 30-second chart is my next major focus here. Looks like this squeeze may just happen on a smaller, they may just continue to press. Let's see here. U.S. job openings rise modestly to 8.8 million in February in strong labor. Interesting. Strong labor market to me always says that they're not going to cut rates, but at the same time, I feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place on that note. At the end of the day, it does say that there is strong labor, basically they keep saying that prices are going up because they're printing money, but people are putting to work, and a lot of people are entering the country too. I don't know, is that having something to do with it? If you think about it, because there's just like a lot of people working and a lot of people willing to work. For a while, there wasn't a lot of people willing to work. You know what I mean? Look, I sold right there. Ever since, we've been kind of stuck, right? Sammy knows when to buy. Sammy knows when to sell. You got to learn how to pay yourself in and out. I don't care what you're doing. I just showed you a system that I'm using and how it works. That's all. I'm not trying to be a big shot here. Okay? But I just want to show you how consistent it can be if you stay consistent over and over and over again. Okay? You never know what God is going to bless you with. Just wake up every day and believe there's opportunity, and there will be. I believe there's so much opportunity out here today. Pocket Network is something that I'm still looking at. I own a bag of it, though. I'm done, accumulating, but I still believe it's going to do something big later on. It's on my radar. Talked about a new coin yesterday in the trading group. And today, let's see what's trending here on Token Medics. We got Catcoin, prop-based, Dynex, and Constellation. All right. Dynex, we've been trading on and off for a long time. back and forth for the last like almost a year now. If you've been sticking with me. DNX. Let's take a look at this puppy. I see, a cup and handle immediately. But what I do is I like to take away the moving averages. I like to go to like the bigger time frames and take a look. Not much information on the weekly, but it does have a shoulder head and a right shoulder, which could be somewhat bearish. Okay. 3-day chart coming low again. Seems to have support sitting right here. If it loses that, then the next place is 39 cents. It's right now at 69 cents. Go to the daily now. And the daily's just got that, that cup and handle. A little bit of hidden bullish as that swings down the RSI. Yeah, they're not really, though. Seems like it goes to a high range, low range, high range, low range. I'm not really truly a fan of the chart right now. Just wanted to see, I like to couple my TA with some trends here and see if they match. Lifer, always killer. Great work, man. Don't know if you looked at the DXY on the daily, weekly, and the monthly yet, though. It looks like it wants to rip. Might test 104 first. Yeah, we talk about it every single day. We will take a look at it, though. Thank you so much for the love. Every single Friday, I do a macro analysis on the DXY. Check out my Friday videos, man, and then you will know that I do that every single Friday. But we do it almost every day, too. I eventually mosey on over to the DXY, and we take a look at it. I see a bit of a cup and handle here for DNX, but something wants, that bigger idea, hold them back a little bit. We are at the 786 Fibonacci level. Could go higher to 141 DNX, right? Target takes it to 142, 114, 69. So we just hit the 786 Fibonacci level here on DNX on the daily. It's a pretty interesting place to be. Previous support is resistance. It's got a little bit of buzz going for it. There's a chance it could be a coin that we want to pay attention to. To be super safe. Like for me, being extra cautious of the bag. Wait for it to break out here and retest 87. It retest 87. Good chance that I'm in a safer zone here for a move further up. And I could swing it to 143. Take this little move out of what possibly could be the bigger move, but just not have to risk buying the exact 786. Something I like to do sometimes, just an idea here for DNX. It is on my radar, though, something to look at as I'm kind of looking around. Core was out of control yesterday. I figured that's going to have to pull back pretty nicely, back to that 21-day moving average. I would pull a fib on this, and I wouldn't touch it till it cools off. Probably might take even a couple weeks, too. You could get faked out by smaller time frame ideas as well, so just be careful. BOBA was out of control. Came back down again, too. Back down to, but that thing, we nailed that thing. 400% gains almost. That's insanity, right? Now I'd be looking at this like somewhere on the Fibonacci levels, right? Okay. That looks ugly to me, like there's more downside. Usually when, but it is a bit of a double bottom. Just if you're looking, I don't know, Boba. I'm just kind of having some fun right now. Anyway, let's get back into BTC and see what's happening. I just want you to know there's opportunity out there. I want you to relax. I want you to be okay and realize, it may not be the best. It may not be the worst, but there's times, and we scalped a little bit. Look, Bitcoin has slumped down since the scalp, right? But now look, another nice little flag starting to form here for Bitcoin. We could post up on this flag. I like this one. As long as we stay above the 200 SMA, we have more bullishness in our favor. We want to see if the 5-minute will come and tackle that. That's a nice flag right there. They might try to get us, though. It's a creepy day. Gives you the heebie-jeebies a little bit, but you got to shake them off. You know what I mean? That first trade gets you going. That's why I take my first trade as a win. I just want to get the win going. You know what I'm saying? It's like warming the coals up. Warming the car up in the morning. Just want to get started. I broke the ice, you know what I mean? I didn't even think I would take a trade this morning. I'm surprised that I did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that I had the cojones to go in, baby. But you know what I mean? Excuse me. Excusez-moi. But you know what I'm saying, right? All I have in this world in my word. I won't break up for nobody, right? So 67,584 would be my next target, all right? And I can go at this all day long. Stop loss should be above the previous supports or resistance that I could find. Resistance bounce, all right? And that could be about a 65,748. And what it does is it gives me a pretty nice risk-reward ratio. So now I can risk less too for more. So if I risk 100 now, I can possibly get 400 out of the trade. So I'm going to take it on the short squeeze, on the low stochastics, and see if we can get another short squeeze out of this flag to the upside. Seems like we're going to get a push here. All right? Already up $4, the fastest $5 you ever made in your life. $8. Let's see if we can get in right as it starts to move. Never be down in the trade ever. All right? Low stochastic tells us we got a chance for a move. Above the 200 tells us we got a chance for a move. This is how they usually reverse the price. This is something we see on the moving averages over and over again. We break 67.2. We're in the clear. Want to see if we can get that move to the upside here. A little bit of a rejection. We got to watch out when we get to 67.250. That's going to be the problem child. There we got the move to the upside. Nice little move. Now we're already up 3%, 4%, $20 starting to come into the gainer. Showing you how we do this over and over again. Re-entering and exiting. Okay? See, now we're getting it. Now we're back to the 5-minute. We want to see if the 5 minutes going to hit that 200. You see? And see how we're safely exiting just in case. And now we're getting the move out of the flag like we should to the upside. Another beautiful trade. Who is just nailing it with me? Bang, bang, bang. We do this all the time. Every single day. It doesn't matter the day. And I can flow wherever I go. When I hit it, can do. Things so crazy you could never handle. Can't stand it. Gotta hand it. Expand it. Expansion. Coming out. Older mansion. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to mess with Jason. 20, yo. And again, this could just be a small scalp. Honestly. I just want to, we need a short squeeze here. Now, this is where we get resistance. We might not be able to make it above this. It could double top here, and this could be it for the day. We got to see if we can break above this key level, or it's just going to be a mute little trade. Come on, baby. This is it here. Blow on it, baby. One more. All right. Bring it a little lower. Bring it a little lower. Nope. Come on. I don't know if we can get above this key level. We got to get above this key level. This is the resistance here for Bitcoin. Up, up, up. Nope. May have to bail. I don't like to lose, so I'll bail with an $8, $4 loss, right? That's how, I'm snipey with it. I don't want to lose any money. So my wins are like $100, $150. My losses are $8, $10. You know what I mean? I just control the losses. I don't want big losses. This is how I trade, though. Sometimes I miss out on big pumps, but at the end of the day, I don't chase dreams. I take what's in front of me. All right? That kept going up. We were staying in the trade. There was no reason not to. I almost took the snipe right when I got it. It was a nice snipe. I knew there was going to be resistance here. That's just how it is. Now, can we make some type of flag? Are we dumping to the downside here? All right. At least we got saved at 65.5. To me, that's all that matters. Now I'm back to where I was a week ago. I'm like a broken record, right? Must get boring. I'm like, now we got to break a ball, So let's get back to my analysis, the bigger one. I just didn't want to miss out on some fun with you guys on the smaller time frames. You know what I mean? If there was going to be some fun, I didn't want to miss out. All right. You do have to snipe. Again, do not do what you see anyone do on YouTube. You can learn my education. You can learn what I do. You can understand how I see the markets. And if that's something that you want, I teach a class this Saturday. All right. I teach a class this Saturday. If you want to jump on into class this Saturday. Here's a flyer for the class. I normally don't do this, but out of nowhere, I'm doing another class this Saturday. Jump on in today. It'll blow your mind, you know. Considering the move, I might not be able to do a class at the last Saturday of next month just because of the way things are going. So this may be the last class of the month because I'm moving at the end of the month. So a lot is happening. I'm changing states, you know what I mean? So there we have it. So hit the QR code or the link below to jump on into class. Life or Vision trading course. Understand what I'm doing. I'll explain like this, how we made this trade right now. Like, I'll go over so much. I know exactly how to teach the class. I've been teaching it for 3.5 to 4 years now to thousands of people around the world. I've gotten so much good feedback about the class. So I can't wait to see you there. Jump on it today. It'll blow your mind. Okay? It'll blow your mind. And look, perfect sells. Look at back at 65.8. You know what I mean? Protect the neck. You know, it's all about not getting beat. You know, if you dream too much, you hold on too far, you get banged. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in and out if you're going to play on a day like today with like, core information, all this crazy stuff coming out. All right. The 1 hour looks interesting, and we're going to break all that down. So we're not done yet with the analysis. So let me finish off here with the bigger idea and try to get you through the dualities of life that I do. We're like nailing it on the 1 minute and 30-second time frame while we zoom back out to the 3-day and give you the outlook for the week. It's like the only channel that really can expand, and it's like Back to the Future. We're in a time machine throughout the entire day here on the stream. So here's the deal. We have two possible scenarios, and this is why I always do this. I call it the Twisted Sister, but we really have to get back inside this pattern and turn this into a bit of a wick here. Come here, doggy girl. Come here, doggy. Come here. Come here. Come here, Hunter. Come here, boo-boo. I'm here, baby. I'll give you pats. Hunty. Anyway, there's a dog in the house. My sister, I have a twin sister. She's here with her dog. Yeah, a lot of people don't know I'm a twin. How many people know I'm a twin here in the chat? How many people are a twin in the chat? All right. How many people are a twin? How many people know I'm a twin? Put a 1 if you're a twin. Put a 2 if you knew I was a twin. Put a 3 if you're shocked that I'm a twin. You're like, he's not a twin. You know what I mean? Lifer people, we love you. I know you're a twin. Jennifer, I love you. I felt I was rude yesterday. I'm so sorry. I went to bed crying, and I apologize. I felt rude because you were technically right, and I was trying to be a smart aleck, and I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? And so I just want to let you know that, I'd rather be in your good graces. You know what I mean? And I love you. Shout out to Twiz. Shout out to Made Vibes with Goose. Shout out to Jay Walker. Shout out to Sage Aesthetic. Shout out to D Shuffle. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Everything is going well. Thank you so much. How much, bro? We appreciate you, brother. I'm a twin with my younger brother's oldest brother, which is me. Shout out to Josiah Jelowick. We love you, man. Bang, bang, bang. Anyway. So there we go. And you knew I was bearish last night. I opened up a long right here on the 1 hour time frame. The second we lost the 200 SMA, it was a wrap. It was actually the 200 SMA on the 1 minute that we lost. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm out. I was watching the flag that we had on the 1 minute time frame. Where is it here? Hold on, I got to find it on the 15 and then we'll find it, right? This little flag got me going. I got a little excited about it. I'll be honest, we were above the 200. Things were okay. I was trying to get a little bit of a scalp. Nothing crazy. And yeah, go to the 7 minute and then go to the 1. Yeah. And what happened was the 1 minute just fell off and lost the 200. The second that happens, I get so skittish because that's my trading style, right? So I'm out. And you know what? Boom, that thing just took a... And again, I pointed it out. I said, we just lost the 200 SMA. And I basically tell everyone, this is likely going to go further to the downside. And then last night, before I went to bed, I drew this as a descending triangle. Bit of a flag here to the downside. It's kind of weird because the way I placed it, it went exactly to the target right there. Like 67,000. I'll show you too. I don't even know how, because when I took the measure move again, it wasn't like the same way I always do it. I was like, what was I doing last night? It was just kind of funny. But look, I'll show you. And you get so much in the Discord if you jump on in. This is like just a kind of a little sneak peek of what goes on. You get video updates, ideas, coins that I'm looking at, right? Well, the 1 minute told us it was not happening. The 200 SMA is gold, right? I bailed with a small loss of Lazerb, you know, for now. Nice bounce, you know. So it bounced. It would see if it could bounce a little bit. We got this little bounce, but then we got rejected again by the 200 SMA. And then that was really the beginning of the biggest. So I'm telling you how good the 1 minute can really teach you a lot about what's likely going to happen inside of the charts. Okay? The 1 minute is a very interesting time frame with a lot of interesting in and outs, right? And look at the lifer, man. I sold that. You know, that would have just been a little snipe. And again, why? What happened? Well, let's take a look. The 5 minute was very overbought. Okay? Very overbought. Anyway, I feel like I'm skipping ahead. I need to get back. All right. We're gonna get all there. We're gonna get there, but it doesn't work for me unless I all right. So this is the idea. Can we wick back up above here? Or could we even consider this still inside of some type of, like, you know, triangle? We'll call it here. Sorry. A symmetrical triangle, right? Still a chance that we're actually going to bounce here because that's still a beautiful trend line, in my humble opinion. It's a 45-degree angle. Like, once I start losing the 45 and you do something like this, to me, you're kind of faking the trend line. I've learned that. But as long as it stays in, like, this kind of realm, from here to there to there, not a 45 exactly, but, like, somewhere in that realm, it's a pretty good move. And it could hang. So again, but look at the daily. Stochastics say more is coming down. This looks more like an M pattern to me now. That wants to go lower to the downside. That wants to take you down to about 52,000 because there's not, once you lose this level at 60K, there's not a lot of support. You got this VRVP here that is a gap. If you gap up, you can gap back down pretty fast. So once you lose this level, you're likely coming down to 52K. Just that's what it says. And you got a daily, you know, all we just need is the daily to reset without losing too much. And that could technically happen. We'll see. 65.8. And again, it's all about 65,500, right? This level right here is the big level for me. If we can close a weekly candle above it, I'll say, okay. You know, I'll take it. Like, I'll just take that as what I, you know, one step at a time. And so far, it says, okay, we got a bit of a dump, but we're going to close above that key level again. So, you know, I could breathe easy if we can close above 65.5. You see what I'm saying? And I still see some opportunity out here in these altcoins. All right. But everything I just showed you was speculation, right? So now this is all I'm really seeing on the weekly is support or resistance. All right. No real pattern yet, unless, you know, it would make sense that we're making some type of, you know, falling wedge here. Back to the 21, and we're making some type of flag, which means we would break back up to 70,000, come back down. You know, we have a little bit of up and down movement here. So reversal, even if we had a reversal back up to 70,000, I still wouldn't be, you know, we'd have to get a weekly candle to close above 71,500 for me. That's it, you know. And it's crazy. We had the highest weekly candle close in Bitcoin's history, and then we have a bearish engulfing candle. You gotta love it. Only in Bitcoin. Again, the 3-day chart's already looking more like a flag to me. Like it's picking the flag, you know. Already kind of in that, you know. And again, it does that would be a bull flag. Like just a nice little fallen wedge, tiny little flag. 10, 12 days, you know, and then we could continue to blast. The 3-day could take care of us, and the weekly could just bend, and we may not get the bigger dump. I'm open-minded to this. This is like the more bullish / bearish scenario for Bitcoin, right? But now look, 65,700 struggling after those quick little snipes. We were in and out quick for BTC. All right. It's the bat test to go to the neckline. So this could possibly happen, and we'd still go to 100,000 by somewhere by late May, which is crazy, right? But again, I don't want to be a perma bull here and show you that. I don't know if that's going to happen, and that will never happen if we can't close a candle above 72K here. Look on the 3-day chart, right? And that weekly candle above 71,000. We'll call it 71.5 still. I like 71.5, 71.6. So, and again, we got to usually hang out with the 21. So it's likely we go a little sideways here and hang out in the zone between like 64,000 and 68K. That looks like to me what is going to be the most likely scenario for the next few days. All right. Whether we dump further, that could even turn into a Bart Simpson here and dump. Okay. You've got to be open-minded to all possibilities. Otherwise, you don't live in a universe with all possibilities, and you do. And you do. And you have a life that has almost endless possibilities. You can go wherever you go. You can dream whatever you dream. You could be whoever you want to be in this world. I decided to become the crypto lifer, so I am. You see what I'm saying? Like, no one told me to become the crypto lifer. I did. My heart did. My soul did. My passion did. Follow your passions. Follow your heart. Follow your soul. You will have the most fulfilling life you've ever dreamed about. It will not be easy. You will not always have a book telling you exactly where to go. You won't have a job to walk into with someone to tell you exactly what to do. There won't be a seat waiting for you. You'll be recreating yourself every single day. And I'm telling you right now, you would have to believe in God at that point, because you would be out there all on your own in the universe, just doing what you got to do. And so through gratitude, I keep a frequency that in this world of complete chaos and insanity brings me home, brings me to a state of some type of focus and discipline, and keeps me consistent, right? And prayer has a lot to do with that. Connection to God has a lot to do with that. And the ability to have gratitude for everything in my life, from the air you breathe in the morning. You know, I love the saying, when you wake up in the morning, I always have to go to the bathroom first thing. I used to drink a lot of water. And then I say, you know, thank you, dear Lord, for the use of my legs that I may walk to the bathroom. There's someone that got into an accident, God forbid. I hope that never happens to any of my kids, my wife, any of you. May all of us stay blessed here on this live stream for any of the worst accidents that could ever happen. Dear Lord, I hope nothing ever happens. You know what I mean? This is like, but imagine not being able to walk to the bathroom when you wake up in the morning because you got to get into a wheelchair or something like that. You know what I mean? So the second you get up and you walk to the bathroom, you are a winning individual. You are on top of the world right there. Like, you're already winning. And like, people don't realize how much they have, you know? We're all looking after these gains, and I know it. We want to make gains. And today's not the greatest day. I got a red pocket square, and it's red, right? And it is likely that we possibly go lower than this too, and we make some even more. You know, this could go lower. The daily, to me, that 4-day chart is a double top, really. You know, there's some bearishness here for sure. I'm open-minded, but you know, I gotta be realistic. So let's get to the daily and see like the best scenario here for the dailies. You know, so the daily, I have to draw this line and say, hey, and this is a symmetrical triangle. The last few months, I'll tell you what, like the last 6 symmetrical triangles I've drawn, they've all dumped to the downside. People consider them like non-bearish patterns, like they're 50-50. I really consider them bearish patterns because when you're really bullish, you don't even make them. You just make like flags, and that would take you to the measured move of the base of this triangle. That takes you here to this like little high volume node there, and it takes you to about $56,000. And like, if you could go there, I don't see why you couldn't fall to this 52K level. See what I'm saying? There's really like 1-2 little bits of support. Everyone's like, why is Lifer so bearish, right? I'm not. I'm just an open-minded guy showing you the possibilities. It just sometimes the possibilities are more bearish than they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to turn people off. I think some people get offended when I'm this bearish. All right. So if this can lose, it'll drop further to the downside here, possibly to 59,800, right? That's the level that we could possibly see that. So that's like, to me, it's kind of, you know, we'll make one exception here. The daily's got a little, you know, we don't bombard the chart with too much support or resistance, but. So when we lose 65.5, 63.3 is your next. Yeah, it's 5.5 to the 3.3, right? Might have a little bit at 63.5, but like, you know, to me, that's where these candles close and open. And so if you lose 65.5, you're coming to probably 63,000, 63.5, 63.3. All right. And we can look at the smaller time frames. They'll give us that. Moving averages are very far apart on the daily. See that? When the 21 and the 200 get really curvy. And whenever you get the 21, remember, away from this line, usually you get a correction. Very likely to the 618. And this is clockwork on multiple assets. I've seen it so many times. So, like, Bitcoin behaves the same way just because it's, and I'll still be open-minded. There's a chance we bounce, we get tight, and we continue to the upside. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just showing you what likely happens over and over again to every asset that I've traded for the last 15 years, all right? I'm 41 years old, and I just got to show you what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm wrong, and there's a chance I am, and who knows, okay? Who knows? Nice wick to the upside on the 4-hour time frame. That ain't too shabby, right? And like I showed you, even if we get a bounce, right? Anyway, but so I got to get rid of this stuff right now. It's bothering me, and we'll get to that when we get to it. So right now, the 4 hours attempting to put in a reversal candle. See, that's like a bullish pin bar, a bullish hammer, right? And if that closes like that in 57 minutes, to me, that is somewhat of a reversal pattern. Bitcoin is attempting to try to, basically win this trend line here and, hang out, right? Now, to me, I'd like to be a little more vicious and kind of mark the trend line here and say we fell out of the pattern already, in my humble opinion. Look for the bearish retest of this pattern. If we keep it in the pattern, it comes back up, so be it. If it comes back inside here and comes up, it's better off, right? Bearish retest to the downside. So it'll try to get back inside, it'll retest, right? And then you're hoping you can make some type of inverted head and shoulder here. And that you could possibly maybe extend the trend line, right? I'm open to both of these scenarios here for Bitcoin. And I'll be watching closely for them today, right? So how does this happen? Well, the small time frames gain the 200 first. That's what happens. I'll teach you this and you can go over it. You'll find this to be true from every asset in the world. You'll be like, these things, I'm just stating things that are self-evident. But, so a little bit of resistance here, a bounce here, some wickage there. It shows we have a little bit of local support at 65, and it's the 65.5, right? It's the weekly support. There's a reason. I'm not the only guy focused on weekly support here. 65.555, we'll call it, 6 quadruple 5. Bang, bang. So let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. Now we got a little bit of bullish div, but it's not, because this is very sharp down. And that's down, not as bad. It's like the weakest bullish divergence you can get. Stochastics are pushing to the upside. The 1 hour is attempting. So you've got, I would say, a cautious trader could say I wouldn't open up a long even until we get back above, unless it's like some type of scalp like I did on a very small time frame, above 66,985. All right. So if we can get back above 66,937, that would just be the beginnings, right? But I would still be watching out for that bearish retest. Now let's go further to the 15. Somewhat of a shoulder, a head, and kind of a slanted, inverted head and shoulder here, right? Which could break you to the upside. I've seen it happen many times. Not a lot of faith in the move, though. And again, you don't even have to trade like I traded. You don't feel ever forced to trade on a day like today. A day like today is a good trade to, a good time to observe, watch the market, plan out maybe, goals for the next 2-3 months. Take a deep breath, go for a walk. I think a lot of people force it, remember what coins you're in, remember what your long-term ideals are. And if you think some things were like kind of a whim, you just gotta kind of reassess what you were doing. I like these points of the bull market, or in any market really. It gives you a second to kind of think about, did you really want that coin? Sometimes you realize you did. And you start DCAing in at the perfect time. And these dips really make you, I think they get us to kind of figure out a little bit more of what our goals really are. And clear out if we were kind of chasing any nonsense coins here. And get us back to kind of squaring away. It's like cleaning out your closet, so to speak, like the M&M track. All right. But anyway, 7-minute time frame curving, 5-minute time frame curving, in a bit of a flag here. 1 minute looks like it may get back into some action. Tight moving averages staying above the 200 SMA is a bullish sign for me for Bitcoin. I might jump back into the perpetual for a second and I just missed it. Look at that. I spoke like the second I said it. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, I might just jump back in to this flag. Man, I saw it like right before it happened. Start shaking the chart. That's when you know it's crazy. I missed it. And see, if I was alone, not streaming and running my mouth, probably would have been able to hit that. But I could see that possibly coming again for gains. How did I see it? What was I looking at? Well, the moving averages were really tight, and we stayed above the 200 SMA. You see that? Told me that there was possibly something brewing. Also, I want to see the 5-minute now is the chart to trade. So now I kind of know what charts to trade and why, right? So now I flip to the 5, and the 5 is that this is it. We've been waiting for the 5 to reset. Still a nice flag here to the upside too. Technically late on the entry for me. $67, $6.95. $65, $5.41. I like this curve up here. I like this flag. We're good. A pump up to the 200 is very likely. When you get the curving 21, price action at the 21 with low stochastics is my mark. Remember the last trade, we hit this resistance. That's what ended the move. 1 minute would have to get pinned here by the 5. 15 minutes also a little overbought. 1 hour wants to take the cake, which could help this 5-minute pump to the upside. Let's jump into the trade here, see how we do, and get this pump on the 5-minute time frame. Let's jump into the super chats while I let this cook. I don't like to watch my trades. Makes me uneasy. I don't know why. I just like to let it cook, baby. There you go. There you go. Already up with the trade. Come on, baby. Let's get a few more pips there. Let's roll. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Shout out to Eric Jones. I got in at 64.5. Thanks, Lifer. Banging on him to the upside. This guy is in the money right now at 66,000. Lifer always making it happen. Great work, man. Don't know if you looked at the DXY, the daily, the weekly, or the monthly yet. Looks like it wants to rip. Might test 104. Amen. John Crispala, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin? 3-day time frame. Flagging. I didn't see that, per se. Not yet, you know. What do you think about FTT? I don't think much about it. We'll take a look at it. All right. And that's it. A short little list here. All right. And Bitcoin struggling. Five minutes still strong on the candle, though. Looking for that breakout to the 200 SMA. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You can do it, baby. You can do it, huh? Let's take a look at our DXY. Let's take a look at the total market cap. Let's kind of break it down. This is hot to me. Something that's definitely on my radar. It's been hot. These little pullbacks have been eaten alive. It may happen again here. So let's go to spot. And I take a look at my spot bag. He's over here, my spot bag. He's got a bit of a spot bag, does he? He does, baby. He does. Token. We take a look at the smaller time frames for token. Still below the 200 SMA. I'd like to see it get back above the 15-minute at least, because that's, for me, it could still dump technically unless it gets back above it. 7-minute attempting, but let's see. So I'm not going to jump in just yet. Not just yet. I'm going to be a little more cautious on the day, especially the week has got a lot coming for it. Might be more coming at us this week. I'm going to take it one step at a time. Shout out to all my DEGENs who traded DEGEN. Still inside a bit of a flag here for DEGEN. Tiny market cap. Let's take a look at Solana, USDT. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. So Solana, nice little pump to the upside. Didn't even get, we got 4%, right? It took a turn when Bitcoin turned off, right? And fell out of the pattern too. Nice, beautiful pattern we got going on. So Solana will do exactly what Bitcoin does. It'll come up, it'll bearishly retest, and it'll drop. Might hit 141, might hit 130. Could definitely go lower, all right? So pay attention here. Solana. Everyone's like, dang, same's bearish. I'm just showing you we should be wary. You know, you're either ready to hold throughout the bull market, and these pullbacks mean nothing to you, right? You put in what you were willing to lose in the market, we could see a black swan. I'm just being honest. You can never tell yourself, oh, this is a guarantee what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing, not even waking up tomorrow is a guarantee, sorry to say, and I'm not trying to be morbid. I'm just trying to state the facts of the universe and the circumstances, I guess, if we did or did not decide to come here for, right? But the idea is this is the world we live in, all right? Now, still, I could consider this a falling wedge that wants to break back to the upside. Measured move the length of the wedge, and we could get back busy. So, but again, the bulls have to show me. Right? I'm not going to assume this is going to. We got to break back inside. We break back inside here, we're back on. Everything's the same. We barely retest, and we start to go down, and we lose the point of control. I mean, you have to be honest that 140 is a high possibility, and 161 for Solana. All right, let's take a look at the DXY, like my man had asked. So we didn't want to see this flag break to the upside. We got the break down, which is beautiful, and we broke back inside of the rising wedge. That's good. And then look, Bitcoin and the dollar dumping together again, right? Beautiful times, right? But it happens when people get rid of risk-off assets, right? Maybe they don't want to be in the dollar anymore. Maybe they don't want to be in Bitcoin. And it could be them selling off the won. Someone could be buying the ruble or something. Who knows, right? We don't know. But so we want to see the dollar continue to dump here, regardless of what Bitcoin does. We would like to see the dollar dump over time. They will, you'd rather see the dollar struggle and Bitcoin pumping to the upside. I'm an American. I love I love America, but I have to face the facts here of the U.S. money supply and how they've been printing it since 1959, 2018. This is an older website, but if you tacked on the other 7 years, it would just be astronomical. And it says the fiat currency graveyard. It shows like the loss of purchasing power throughout the time. And then it shows you that there was all these dollar bills that were so big. The 5 million Zaire dollar, the 10 million Pengo, the $1 billion mark, the $1 trillion, Zimbabwe dollar. It's just insane. Why would you have to have a $1 trillion bill? Because you printed money so much that people couldn't start like hoarding $1 trillion. So you had to make one bill because like the price of things went up. It's like, what if milk went up to like $100? They'd have to make a $500 bill, right? If you wanted to buy 5 things of milk, like, I guess you'd use $500. You know what I mean? But it would be on another scale. So swift rejection there for Bitcoin. We didn't get the move we wanted. Tough trading out the flag, but you never know. We'll see what happens. I like this kind of retest here on the 1 minute. As long as the 1 minute can kind of stay above 65,800, we're in the money there. We've got some supportive resistance going. Resistance, support. We got a bit of a retest there that could kind of give us some love. We're starting to get a bounce. The 1 minute is bending. And now the 1 minute and 5 minute can go tandem here. We could win this trade. Got to get above this point of control here to even begin to be, so this is what I do. I study the smaller time frames throughout the day to find out how we're going to reverse and when. And I watch them like a hawk. So I've learned over thousands of days of doing this. I've seen it thousands of times. And so I can see things in the charts that the normal person may not see. And again, I'm not always right. And I'm not always perfect. And it doesn't always go to plan because that's trading, right? But the idea is you learn from every trade you take and you take a shot when you can. And that's about it. And there's really nothing else you can do. And just don't, the key is not to over leverage yourself. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose or willing to, see, I have a threshold of what really hurts. I don't like to lose, I don't like to lose a lot of money. I really don't. Like $500-600. I don't like that feeling. I really don't. If I'm trading leverage, I'm not trying to blow through $500. You know what I'm saying? I could lose a couple hundred here and there. I could lose a few trades if the market doesn't go my way. But it's got to be, it's got to be controlled. And we all want a reversal here, but Bitcoin's having, it's struggling. It's not able to get back above key levels just yet. Man, your 15-minute not looking amazing. 30-minute has some legs. Your 1 minute, your 1 hour is suggesting a reversal, right? So we'll see, man. I'm going to keep the trade open and see where it goes. Right? Funny, looks like what we're in on the bigger time frame. See how it's like a micro of the bigger idea? It's crazy, right? It looks a lot like what we just saw. I see this a lot, like something on the smaller time frames will really resemble what we're seeing on the bigger time frame, right? End of the day, that's a symmetrical triangle. And most of the time, again, I'm going to sound like an old bear, but most of the time, these things break to the day dump. So I took a shot on that flag, didn't play out. You know what I'm saying? Tough trading, man. This is chop. Now we're sitting at 65.8 flat. Trade's down $30. We'll see where it goes. I was smart not to risk a lot. When the market's iffy, I don't open big positions. I open smaller positions. I keep the leverage the same at all times, 37x. I never really change the leverage. I just change the position sizes, right? And I keep the stop there, and we'll see. This is what we're now seeing on the 1 minute time frame, and this could get tight. I'd love it to get a bounce here, go tight, and then we know we can get a bigger move. We either break back up to 67, 66.7, or we break back down here to 65.375. All right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. All right? Looks like we're likely going to move to the downside. May God bless Jason Casper, his family. Jason, we're having our baby in June. I don't know. I think you are too sometime. I don't want to be personal. But God bless you, man, and your family. And thank you so much, man. I don't know why you always have to out. Now I have to give it, and you have to outdo it, man. Okay, I see you though. God bless you, Jason, and everyone. Watch Jason Casper. Dude was awesome this morning. I was watching him. He was just banging on him. And it was just like a fun time. I like the music. I like what he was cooking out. And check him out. Probably the best leverage trader you ever see in your life. He's as good as leverage as I am in spot. Like he's bangs on him. And Jason Casper, man, check him out. Let's get him to 150,000 subs, bro. I want to see him at 1 million, actually. And I definitely think if anyone could do what he can, I think he's the most consistent person on YouTube. I believe he's as consistent as me. And he inspired me to be consistent. He's awesome, man. So God bless him and his family, and check him out, Jason Casper. Go to jasoncasper.com. PMI. No. Hey, Lifer, can you check ICP? Thank you. Yeah, Lifer, always great work thing. Yeah. ICP. And thank you so much for the super chat, man. You didn't have to. That's super nice of you. Never easy streaming on a dumb day, right? But you got to push through. Hey, we had a short, this morning and a short last night that I was looking at. So we could see things were likely, didn't look good. So I was seeing, I was pretty bearish yesterday in the live. I'm always like, you never know which way it's going to go. But, when I start saying, hey, bearish div all over the place, I start pulling fibs. And DEGEN just don't care. This coin just does not care. This is the one coin that, look at the 15-minute pointing to the upside on the stochastics, about to turn there. Very small market cap, just be careful. But we're still on the money on this thing continuing to roll. Nothing to do with the other DEGEN. It's called DEGEN Reborn, all right? But you know what's interesting? When I researched it, it had a pretty good little write-up when you saw what it was doing here on CoinMarketCap. See, there's DEGEN. We'll talk about DEGEN in a second too as well. I like Gamon too. Gamon's a hot coin. We talked about it before it even came out. And don't forget about our baby R-Trade, which I actually just saw recently, most visited. R-Trade most visited. It's a big deal. Another place is cool is go to cryptorant.io, right? And I love to look at the trending coins, just coinciding them, you know. And so we got Jet Set up 14%, something we might want to take a look at, you know, JTS. Meme AI in the running. Jupiter is just hot, and we know it. We already talked about it earlier this morning. I sold my CETUS. We'll talk about why, but we'll break it down. And I was accumulating it for a while. I may jump back in, but right now I just wanted to take some profits, and I did. You know, yesterday I took a bunch of profits out of the market, and I was super happy that I did. Goldfinch was another one that we liked. Still up at 497. See, these are coins that were ripping, right? That are likely going to produce at one point, right? So on my radar for trading this week, Jupe, I believe we can still get some nice trades. Jitto has been hot, and I believe we can get some nice trades as well. CETUS is on my radar with Sui and SuiPad. Jet Set, Jupiter, Gamon, right? And then I'm going to find the other coins. Ondo also is on my radar, like, and GFI. So it's not, you know, Orange Dex continues to kind of get the radar too as well. And is just getting started with a $3 million market cap. I mean, that thing is tiny. So there's a lot of opportunity out here if we pay attention. Rilio was hot too. I love Rilio, RIO. I've been going with that for a long time. And even Brett, man. Brett has been hot. So anyway, up 35% on the 7 days. So there's still there's magic in the air, everybody. And I can smell it. And I can still see it. All right. And look at this. We're getting the bounce here. And that means we're going to make this into some type of little flag and continue to the upside. I'm going to stay on the long. I may even add to the long. When we get to this 200 SMA, I may make 500 to 1,000 bucks at the end of this day. I can't wait to see what happens. And if we get above this 5, if this gets tight and we break out, if we get above this yellow line, we're very likely going to move. And we're going to be at 67,971. All right. Still not out of the water yet. We have to get back inside the bigger pattern, in my humble opinion. But it could be the beginning of a bigger reversal. We have a massive bullish div here. If you look at it on a bigger idea, a bigger scale, this whole thing swings up while this whole thing swings down. So to me, that is your bullish divergence. And that's pretty strong. That's a good liquidation. I'll take that as the weekly low. And now we're about to be up in the trade now, likely here. And we're getting a nice bounce here for Bitcoin. Might be a nice time to double down. I'll take it lightly, though. I kind of want to double down, or maybe just like 25% down. You know what I'm saying? Just like nibble it in. But I like what I'm seeing on the possible bounce here for Bitcoin. All right. Shout out to Tori. We'll look at ICP, and let's take a look at CELR. And again, I don't go buck wild on a day like today, but you do look for opportunity to DCA. I'm looking for things to nibble on. You know, that makes sense to me. That's what I'm doing. Looking for things to take a nibble it on. Just a wee bit of a nibble. Right? CELR looks a lot like Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin continues to dump, it looks like CELR will too as well. It looks like CELR was, a lot of these coins were following Bitcoin like to the T. It's kind of funny, right? Let's look at our weekly for CELR. Forgive me because I haven't looked at it in a while. I should have done what I usually do. So here we have a heavy resistance at 2.8. Resistance here and there too as well. Thank you for jumping on in. If you already jumping on a little late, we already made a live trade, couple live trades here. We're still in another live trade here on the channel. Still battling it out. It's right here. We're down 19 bucks to the trade. See where we're going 18. We're seeing if we can break out of these flags here to the upside. I want to see if we can get to this 200 SMA on the 15. Sorry, on the 5 minute, excuse me. On the 5 minute chart here. And hit this measured move. Break back above the 200 SMA and get all the way back up here to the target. All right. So this is what we're attempting to accomplish here on the day. Only time will tell, though, for BTC. Okay. But I'm in this trade right now. You can see there's my take profit. There's my stop at 65,541. The entry would be about now. Same around about place I entered before. And 67,695 is the target. All right. Sketchy day to trade for sure. Not risking a lot. So seller boomed out this, look at this cup and handle to the upside. And so usually you make another kind of larger handle. I've already seen this after the initial one. And if Bitcoin gets the pullback, a lot of coins are just going to pull back. Likely to the 618 Fibonacci level, possibly. And then be on their way for a continuation. Still just broke out of its range. It would be great if it never goes back below the 0.028 level and it bounces. So you could possibly see something like this. But either way, I don't think you have to jump on anything, because if it consolidates, it might be a great place to just add a little DCA, because if it goes lower, it's a good place to start. And if it bounces and gets tight, it could be, it could be a local bottom. But you never know. So for me, this is how I would take it. And I'd be planning more to get seller at about 2,378. That's where my plan would be. Let's take a look at ICP on MEXC. ICP was the hottest thing since sliced bread, and it got hot. And we called the move for it to the upside, and it actually got a nice move. We wanted to see it go higher, and we thought it could. Now inside of a flag, so let's take a look. It had resistance at about 15.50. Once it got above that, it flew up. And again, see the double top for Bitcoin. It's got, but getting the buy back up like Bitcoin did. So people got in at 16.5 and are already up, right? So definitely that, like what we just saw right now, the little crash, right? And this is why I like the smaller time frame. See how they start to give you far more detail of what's actually happening inside of the trade. So, like, if this just can kind of hang and do its thing, stay above the support there and get tight, this would be a beautiful buy. See, what Bitcoin is revealing is what the best buys are for the market right now, to me. So today is one of the greatest opportunities in our lifetime, in my humble opinion. Like, today could be one of the... See, everyone will be weird today and feel strange, but when we look back, we'll be like, that was one of the best opportunities ever that day. And so I always take advantage of the fear. I always nibble on something. You know what I'm saying? Small or big, I always nibble. Today I bought $3,000 more of Bitcoin, added to my stash, right? I'm always just taking a little more advantage of the situation anytime I see the fear kind of. Which brings me to the fear and greed index, something that I want to take a look at right now. All right. I'm also going to take a look at the NASDAQ. It came to 79, but you would think we would be way further off in this. They'll reset it and maybe it'll get obsessed, but to only be at 79, I find that a little odd. Seems to be a lot more fear, but I guess people don't really seem to care. There are a lot of altcoins that aren't really hit that bad yet. So struggling at 65.8, and if we lose 65.8, you're likely going to go to 60. That's what's just likely going to happen. And now we're in some type of heavy chop too as well, right? And we may have to, I don't want to say this, but we may have to begin to short the trend, because the trend, 65.5 will really be where, like, I start to just, say, okay, we could still make this in an inverted head and shoulder and possibly break back up. Let's see where this could take us. I'm not done. I'm not giving up on this trade just yet. There still looks like some opportunity here on the RSI. Sorry, the MACD is so hidden there. There we go. That sense. It can be big without, and you can still see it, And I do like this bullish div that says that will be your daily low. We shouldn't make a low lower than that, but you never know, too. You make a statement like that, and then any single thing is humanly possible. today. See, eventually what this will look like more is somewhat of a descending triangle. And that'll be like when I have to bail. It seems like it may already be kind of starting off a little bit. So you're like, I'm always in between. Like, can you get out? I didn't need that. There you go. And so what I do is I never know where it's going to go. So like, how do you trade then, Sam? I just trade on a probability or a system. Whenever these moving averages are super tight, it's very, 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 very likely, in my humble opinion, I've seen it like 100, 1,000 times, that we pump to this yellow line. So it's just like very likely we're going to get the pump up here. While we haven't gotten it yet, I don't know. It's toying with me. But this is a model that I've used. Tight moving averages, pump to the 200. I've used it on multiple time frames. I used to give off these when the daily was low and call just multiple bottoms for coins. I literally had an actual list called the pump to the 200 SMA, and we would just, you know, I could, and I actually, it's kind of funny. I could go back to that list, right? And just like pump, look, bunched up to the 200 SMA on the daily, right? And I could just show you them. We'll go back to the daily here. And so when no one was really playing with these coins, right? Like this one here. Let's see. When these got tight, you can kind of see it. Like when these got tight, well, then that one, this one got tight. This is one of them. And again, it's just a model that comes and goes throughout a lot of coins. But as these got tight, you knew we were going to pump up to the 200. And once we got above it, you knew we should continue up. That's exactly what happened, right? It's just a model that I use. This is the same thing I do on the 1 minute. It's the same exact thing. It's just on a bigger time frame, right? So all of these did it. If you go back in time and you see when I was posting these, right? Funny, that one didn't. It's funny. But hold on. There was like hundreds of them sold. And it was back here too. So these get bunched up. So when you go back in time, they look like this. They're all tight. You know you're about to pump right to this yellow line. It's just about to happen. I can't explain it, but that's what it says. And then if you get above the yellow line, you're going to pump hard, right? And I just studied this on multiple assets throughout my life. So I even went to the stock market. Like I went to Tesla one day and I was like, is this, you know? And I back tested the same stuff. Actually, I don't want to use Tesla because I don't, but I'll look at Walmart. All right. On the New York Stock Exchange. And we'll go to like the 4 hour. And like if you waited for Walmart to break the 200 on the 4 and you got in here with a stop below, like you would have been sayonara senorita like all the way to the upside here. It's exactly what I'm doing. You know. And here, look, the moving averages got tight below right here. Kind of told, you know, that was it. There's better times when it really bottoms out. But the key is this is what I did today on the 1 minute. It's the same scenario. I could trade any market anywhere in the world. Like we could trade Euro USD together. We could do Forex, right? And I could wait for the Euro USD to get above the 200 right here and take a trade up. I could wait for it to break the 200 and take a trade down. I could do it on multiple time frames, all over the time, everywhere. I could be on the 4 hour. I could be on the 1 hour. I just have to pick my time frame and stick to it. Like, you know, that would be 2 longs in a row. And you could do this all day long, right? Now, it looks better than it is back tested, but you back test this and you'll see that it plays out time and time again. All right. Oh, look at that. Yeah, to me, some descending triangle vibes now. Or possibly an Adam and Eve, you know. Sketchy business though, for sure. ENA Lifer could be worth checking out. ENA. So let's do like a bigger idea here on the DXY on the weekly, like we've been saying. We really want this to be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder on the weekly. You see? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. We don't want to see us get back, you know, I'll just start over. We don't want to get back above 107.77, right? Look at that. The 7's always so weird. I just clicked there randomly. 107.77. What are the odds of that, right? And then even hitting it with the yellow bar is not even easy. So resistance there, we kind of beat this little resistance here. On the weekly, we did, you know. So we just broke above weekly resistance on the DXY. Making a bit of a rising wedge kind of idea here that could break to the downside. And still shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Once we break back above 107, it's still somewhat bearish because that would be your high, right? But there's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low. There's a higher high. Slight little uptrend here for the DXY. 3-hour time frame getting a little overbought. The daily somewhat overbought too as well, but just got above some key levels. Just broke through its 200 SMA for the first time, which I talk about as bullish. And then for the last 7 days, we've been bullish. I've been talking about seeing this and mentioning it and bringing it up to everybody saying, hey, this is something that we need to pay attention to. And sorry, because I can't really drink much. I can't drink anything. So I got such a dry mouth. I'm having a hard time saying stuff. But I'm going to get there. We're almost done. We're almost done. 7 days, baby. So we're looking for this downward movement, but there's a chance that that just creates a bigger flag. And, you know, the dollar's starting to show some signs of bullishness, even though I don't want to say that, right? I'd love to see this break down. I'd love to see it continue with the right shoulder that it's making. And we want to see the dollar lose some key levels. Like we want to see it bearish retest and drop to the downside here. So we'll see. Right now, I do see a little bit of a pullback. We may get some relief for Bitcoin here, but no guarantees, right? And that's your DXY, right? Let's look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency and see how we're struggling around here. So we were breaking out. It was looking nice, and we could not get above $2.62 trillion. 7.715 for Bitcoin just was no, you know? And now, look, we've lost the 4-hour 200 SMA pretty concisely and evenly here on total, which when that happens, you're likely going to go further to the downside. And you're likely going to come test this 8 hours. So this is likely, to me, a bigger pullback in the market. A bigger pullback overall, like we are heavily inflated. The market has been going up for a long time, right? Our only chance is this bounce and getting back above the 4 hour, the 4 hour. Our chance is saying, hey, you're still in the pattern, you're going to get a bounce, and that's going to look like an inverted head and shoulder to the upside. I'm open-minded to anything. We must get back above the 200 SMA then on the 4 hours sooner than later. Otherwise, we do have some more downside for Bitcoin. And you lost this high volume node. Means you would hit here first, right? So you can see levels to watch for the total market cap, 2.26 trillion. And then you would basically back to 2.8. And then you could be falling back to 1.9. Might lose that $2 trillion cap. I don't know where the money would go, but the dollar starts to strengthen. People are going to run into it. Just that's what it is, even for a short period of time. And we're seeing that right now. So if the dollar gets above those levels that I just showed you, we start to rip. Then more people will feel confident to be in the dollar, and they'll sell off stocks and risk on assets. And that's just going to affect the total market cap for cryptocurrency. It just is what it is. Now, what about the ETF and all the money? They're in for the long haul. That's a 10-year idea. Yes, they want it to look good initially, but they know their investors aren't sweating it. It's a long-term investment. Okay. If this does prevail, it has a nice, beautiful, long move up to, 3.39 trillion. But, we have to break back above now resistance at $2.6 trillion. So that's the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. All right. So we can kind of get a bigger picture of what's happening in the entire market. Hey, Sam, sending Chunk, was it a shill as a microcap? That team looked like if we were interested in the project. Sorry. Thank you, Connor Downer. We love you. Appreciate it, man. Let's take a look at FTT and ENA. Athena. Seems like it just came out on Messi. If you want to trade where we trade, you want to see what's going on, jump on in today. If it's applicable in your area, check out MEXC. All right. Love MEXC. Love the fees compared to the rest of the world. The fees are amazing. And if you hold the MEXC token, they will cut these fees in half as well. And we have people from all around the world watching the channel. We love you. We appreciate you. You could jump into MEXC. All right. If you need to KYC on MEXC, get yourself an RNS ID today. All right. You could do that in KYC. So jump on it today and get yourself a MEXC account and trade the best, fastest, awesome, most amazing coins in the game. High risk too. Be careful. All right. There are some risks to cryptocurrency trading. And I highly advise you just learn how to trade first. And you don't have to trade any smaller coins. And look, Bitcoin just fell down to 65.5 and fell right out the channel to the downside, right? So that trade got hit off, but that's good. I lost like $70, not a big deal. But now look, back below the 200 SMA, attempting to get back above it again though on the 1 minute. And this is a choppy day, my friends. You got the daily leaning on it. You got the 1 hour attempting to make a move back to the upside. You do have a nice divergence and you aren't lower than that low, which gives you some hope you can get a move back to the upside here for Bitcoin. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. All right. Looks like there's a homicide unit in my town today. I've never seen that in my life. At Roach Brothers, man. Looks like there was a homicide unit. Wow. Yo, I've never seen a homicide in my town in my life, yo. Right here, homicide unit. Oh my God. Yo, I can't wait. Yo, I can't get out of here fast enough. I'm telling you, man. I've seen a homicide. What are you talking about? Not in this town. I lived in New York City for 20 years. But not in this town where I moved in. No. I lived in, Drew, believe me, I lived in New York City. I saw a dead body before. Like, anyway, yo, it's like the crime is rising very, very bad in my town. Yeah, extremely bad. You know, I'm telling you, this strengthens Bitcoin because what it does is it shows you that people don't trust banks. You know what I'm saying? People don't trust the powers that be. And with Bitcoin, you don't have to trust the powers that be. You know, you have Bitcoin. And that's the answer. That's why Bitcoin is the answer. That's why you don't have to worry about a bank printing your money to zero. Okay? Let's see. What's going on, baby? You saw that? You just sent that to me. It was like a possible. What was that? Yesterday? Or today? That's today. You can't even go to Roach Brothers right now. Oh my God. Thank you. Everything okay? How'd you feel?
I feel like happy.
Thank you. I love you too. Because once you send it, there's something about it, right? It's done. Yeah. Beautiful. So I signed my lease. I'm gone, everybody. I signed my lease. It's over. I'm gone, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And shout out to all the Americans here that have freedom of speech, man. Say whatever you want to say. It's freedom of speech in America, man. As long as you're not hurting anybody and disrespecting anybody. I believe that we live in a beautiful country where people are able to speak their minds, man. You know, talk about Bitcoin mainly and cryptocurrency. That's what mainly you're going to talk about, right? So, see how I did that there? But look, can we stay above the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame? They're toying with us here. Bit almost like a slanted double top there, right? Got a little bit of a move, but not enough. And this is some chop. You want to see if you can kind of hold this next level at 65,389. And I'm not telling you I have an edge right now. I might even just take the day off of the market, let it sit and see what happens. It's just like accumulate and see where we go. But like, you know, if we lose 65.5, you know I'm bearish. You see what I'm saying? Once we close that weekly candle below that key level. And let me see something for a second here. I just like to see things as best I can. That is a bullish div, though. So here's the deal. You have some support right there. Bitcoin loses 65,187. It goes to 65.6, and it loses that. You're going to 63.9. That's it. Let's take a look at what BOOKMAP is suggesting. Is there more liquidity up or down? It's attempting to say there's more liquidity above us at 67,200. Well, let's see. Like, we're going to get a bit of a short squeeze. You would expect a short squeeze, but you never know. You know what I mean? I'm from Dade. I just had to be quiet on that convo. Nobody. Shout out to FLA, man. Cats are underrated there. I said it. I know, right? It'll be a warm, welcoming atmosphere in Sarasota. Amen, man. I can't wait, man. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be hot, too, right? It's going to be hot. I'm going to go from here where it's like 47 degrees today, right? And it's going to be so hot. It's 48 degrees today. So crazy. So we have 67,000 as a big target here for Big Red. But we still have liquidity all the way back down to 61K and some red here. So mixed signals, but it does suggest we could get a short squeeze up to 67K even before we clean up to the bottom. So that's why I'm watching this little flag here on the 1 minute time frame. There's a chance it can give us some action here back to the upside. It's basically like the cup and handle after the dump, you know? You pull your Fibonacci and you're looking for that 786 retracement or the golden pocket there, in my opinion. Would you look at COTI on the 3-day chart, please? Thank you. Anytime, my friend. Let's take a look at COTI on the 3-day. So I looked at potential coins that I think are strong. All right. We looked at a bunch of different setups. I showed you a coin that we made gains on in the trading group last night, regardless of what Bitcoin did. And we've talked about strategy, ideas, and just kind of like, you know, at the end of the day, you're either in a long-term hold that you believe in, a swing trade that you have somewhat of a stop loss on or an idea of where you want to be at, or you're in a stop, you know, or you have stops all over your leverage trades. Like if you're swinging leverage on a whim, today's the day they're gonna, you know, the reckoning will come for you. If you're over leveraged, they're gonna come for you. So the person that's usually sweating their position is the person that usually gets liquidated. It's crazy. The person that has like less in it, that doesn't make, they may be able to ride out the storm, or they lose a small amount. And you know what? When you lose a small amount, your head's on right for the next move. You see what I mean? And Bitcoin's getting pushed to the downside now, 65,250. I see a lot of downward. I have to be honest with everybody. I see really a bigger pullback here for Bitcoin. And I hate to be the bearer of bearish news, but like, and I've been saying this for like the last few weeks, like just every once in a while, I've been talking about how the weekly doesn't like to get this far away from the 21-day moving average. There's no one else really talks about it but me, but like I just don't see how we don't come to 52,000 at one point. Look at the Stokes, look at the weekly. You got a bearish engulfing candle now on the weekly. You have to get back above 65.5. Right now, you're going to close even today below 65.5. Like the daily candle has to close back above it. So I'm attempting to scalp these little time frames just to see if we're going to reverse. But I'm telling you right now, like, my system is telling me, screaming, that Bitcoin has a little more ways to go. And it looks like we're going to see some max pain here. And it does look like there's going to be some max pain coming. And I hate to be like, again, everyone's like, no, we're going to bounce in 2 seconds. I just see a lot of people that are especially on crypto Twitter, that are just telling everyone that the market's just not going to stop going up. And, I'm open-minded if we hold 65.5, but that's it. It's the only way I hang out. Everything else, to me, the technicals have to line up with the hopes and dreams that people have. Like, there's got to be technicals behind it. I mean, WIF is still holding 394. Like, a lot of these bigger coins with a lot of people in them in memes, they're strong, right? Like, we put out a call for WIF just at 250, and it's still holding gains. So a lot of the altcoins are slightly decoupling, in my humble opinion, from Bitcoin. Of any year than this year, we're seeing a slight decoupling of the altcoins from Bitcoin. Just a little bit. In certain ones, with certain aspects. But, like, look at all the green here, unexpectedly here. It's not like it's all red, right? Which is, especially for a pretty big dump like this. So it's not the worst. It isn't the worst move I've ever seen here. And some alts are even bouncing back a little bit here, which is interesting. Like, I wouldn't go run and sell my fetch. I wouldn't go run and sell my wild. I wouldn't go run and sell, a lot of my bags personally. My orange coin that's still holding gain. You know what I mean? My BMX. I am sitting on some tether because I see some more. Now, I see this is kind of a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, kind of slanted head, and it looks like it's going to just continue to dump here. It lost the 200. That's sayonara. So, like, I was, there you're getting 2 times. One time I'm right a couple times, then I'm wrong there. Right? 1 out of 3 trades. So the key is to use a stop when you're wrong. So you don't have to eat it all. And to risk less. After I win, I like to risk less if possible. But this is also chop. This is like, you know what I mean? They bring the price up, bring the price down. Like, just, as long as we stay below the 200 here, we go lower. You got to get above the 200 and above a previous support or resistance at the same, both of those need to be confirmed. To me, that's just your flag, and you could break down lower, back down to 63,300. Remember, I said it was 65.5 or 63.3. That's what we said before, right? There's 64.9 now. 64.860. More immediate downside down to 64,000, right? I see this move taking us to 63,268 right now. And I don't see chop too. I just see chop, everybody. It's like, and now we lost 65.5 again. Key level. Like, I could be optimistic above 65.5. I got to be bearish above below 65.5, which is a weekly support you must hold. Imagine the IQ. Mew was airdropped to Solana Chapter 2 pre-orders. Yeah. Interesting. He was like GPI pumping. Lie. That's not true. Full of old shoes. That's nonsense. Not happening, right? Wrong chart. Thing's bomb. Look at that thing. 277% gains. And still going. It's crazy, right? It's not even on base. It's just wrap Uniswap, which is crazy. That's crazy. There's always something pumping. TRX could come down and double bottom on the daily. Maybe. Who knows? Can you look at the USDT chart on the weekly? Thank God. Yeah, let's take a look at that. And it's funny because like they were kind of showing signs of a possible pump, to be honest. Like even Tether Dominance, it's got a little bit of it got a bump on the 3-day. Let's take a look at the daily. Got a little bit of a move back to the upside, but it's not like people just rushed back into Tether. I certainly didn't. I guess, I mean, I did a little bit more than I did before, though, in the last few weeks, so. It's got this little, like, it's kind of have the little Hail Mary Bitcoin had when Bitcoin bottomed, which is kind of scary. You know, it's like, ooh, you're not scary, but it reminds me, you know. And look, you're just starting to kind of come back to the upside here. You're very oversold. You would expect a bit of a bounce here, so it looks like more and more people, it's kind of telling you, hey, people might start to capitulate here and start to sell off, you know. A lot of times, too, the bigger move, you know, 65.5 is key resistant. Now it's 67.7. Like, it's getting nasty now. See what I'm saying? Like, because once you lost 65.5, the bots just, they're programmed to, you know, that weekly support is lost. They're programmed to dump. And so we showed you this flag here, and it's headed to the target. Looks like it's going to come all the way down to 63.3 and come down pretty fast. This short will be a dumpage and a fast dumpage. So just be careful, man. It's a pretty nasty sell-off for sure, in my humble opinion. And it could take some time. The cruddy thing about this one is it could take some time for things to get back to normal. You know, this could be a 3 to 4 or 5 month kind of rebuilding process if this becomes a bigger slam. I'm just telling people the truth. People don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear the facts. I take it one step at a time, one day at a time, right? Like, we didn't lose that level. We were cool. We lost that level. We're not cool no more. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I have faith in the long term. This is a healthy pullback. You could not continue to pump like that. It just doesn't make sense. I've never seen the weekly go up for 10 weeks straight. Like, you know, great. We made a bunch of gains. It was awesome. All right. I hope you took some profits along the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? People laughing at me when I bought an Escalade. Like, you know, I took some profits, man. Like, what are you going to do? So, you do what you got to do. You know, you can only be in the coins for so long and never actually own anything. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to move to Florida. I'm going to spend a year down there, see what I like, and see if there's something that I'd like to, you know, a home I'd like to purchase or some real estate I'd like to buy. And that's kind of my idea, right? And we'll go from there. Take it one step at a time. We could double bottom here. All right. But right now, you're kind of, you know, if you're attempting to push bullishness now, it's like you're forcing it, right? You got to just look at what the charts are giving you. Like, they're saying this is a flag that just broke the trend and it wants to continue lower. I see this going down lower. And people are going to start panic selling their coins. It's just going to happen. That's what's going to happen for sure. All right. You got Big Red down here at 64.6. You got 64,000. And I see more coming. Sorry to say. It's one of those days, man. It's pain in the market. Sam, what do you think about Fetch ASI merger? I think it's weird. It throws me off. Makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. I like my own coins the way they are, you know. But again, I want to be positive and believe that anything is possible. And it could be an amazing thing. So only time will tell. You never know. Only time will tell. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the long run, right? That's kind of how I look at it, right? Shout out to the channel sponsors, iTrust Capital and Decrypted.tax. You only have so many more days to get your taxes done. Sign up to Decrypted.tax today. Get yourself a free consultation just so you can find out what's going on. Ask the right questions, see what's going on, and see if they can hook you up with the right answers. I'm pretty sure they can. I personally talked to Decrypted.tax and used also the attorney there as a tax attorney and an attorney just to go over other things in my life, making LLCs and such. So Decrypted.tax will change your life. I'm telling you right now, I personally work with them, and I think you would really appreciate the service. So get a free consultation if you don't believe me. Find out for yourself. Hit the link right here at decrypted.tax/lifer. Get yourself 25% off as well, the standard pricing for full service tax preparation. You can't get that anywhere else. Tell them Sammy sent you, and he's going to treat you like gold. I'm telling you right now. He's a lifer himself and loves the lifer community and knows what the community is all about. So wouldn't you want to work with a lifer? I would. Yeah, so he's already got the lifer stamp of approval. Jump on it today. And I don't promote a lot of stuff. I Trust Capital, Decrypted.tax, and my own trading group. So I practice what I preach. They like a put around my way, think it lost to see. Not sure what you wanted, but I'm what you need. I know my high just started, but I hit a peak, yeah. Okay, we're going to get a ZEUS launch. ZEUS is the first LFG project that Jupiter is launching, and we are very excited to share the milestone. Link, April 4th. Okay. The ZEUS network is live. Interesting. Let's take a look at this ZEUS network. Jupiter's first launchpad public offering, the ZEUS network, on the 4th here. It will provide additional rewards to launchpad voters. According to official news, Justin, the founder of Jupiter Launchpad, first public offering project ZEUS Network, revealed in a live broadcast that the project's public offering time has been confirmed as April 4th. It's reported that the ZEUS Network will also provide other benefits to users who have previously participated in the Launchpad voting, including providing additional ZEUS tokens rewards to voters, and voters will have exclusive access to test network of ZEUS Network, and exclusive characters can be claimed in ZEUS Network's official Discord. Interesting. So there's people in there that can teach you check link claim on the Discord, Sam. Blockchain technology is rapidly advancing, innovation that's revolutionizing the future. But the question is, what does it take to onboard the next million users to blockchain adoption? Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, thousands of projects form unique ecosystems. However, interoperability barriers hinder seamless transactions, posing a challenge to widespread adoption. The ZEUS network aims to address this by unifying fragmented landscape. Powered by the Solana Virtual Machine, SVM, ZEUS network empowers ZEUS layer nodes to ensure robust security and seamless data exchange. This initiative clears the path for Solana to become the premier hub for all ecosystems, captivating millions of users across diverse blockchains, facilitating interoperable communication among cross-chain dApps. ZEUS network empowers liquidity and complex applications to seamlessly engage with Solana in a decentralized and permissionless environment, making Web3 easy and accessible to everyone. I mean, that's exactly what we all want, right? The ZEUS network and ZVM, it sounds amazing. Connect your wallet to find out how much allocation you'll get. Really? Ooh, what fun. 380 ZEUS, not claimable yet. So I'm already getting some ZEUS, baby. We'll see what happens, but that's cool, man. You see? Yeah. 3% will double gang holders, ZEUS, and Jupe voters. Because I'm a Jupe voter, I get the airdrop for Jupe voting. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. So if you're there with me, voting with your Jupe, doing the thing like I'm doing, we're gaining airdrop allocations here to new coins. Always take profits and re-enter on days like the dips or gifts, baby. Amen. I don't know. Today, I have to, I bought Bitcoin today. I'll be honest. I had to. I bought $3,000, not a huge amount, but that's 10% is 60 grand now, 6 grand, a little under, So about 5%, of a Bitcoin, which I think is a great buy today. And if we go lower, I'm going to gobble up some more. And if we stay in the $65,000 to $67,000 level, likewise grabbing even a little bit more. But definitely a down day for portfolios. If you're long-term holding, a down day, right? Not gonna knock down as bad as it already got hit yesterday and kind of holding. AI Tech holding pretty good. ATR. Let's take a look at my baby ATR, which doesn't seem to care much about Bitcoin at all. Really holding its own. So let's talk about what's happening here with ATR and what I see happening maybe later on today into tomorrow. I'm a holder of this coin. I liked it from the beginning. Kind of found it and decided it was kind of something that spoke to me. I like narratives. I like to play the narratives that are happening. I don't like to miss out on some of these waves. And I saw a lot of coins that kind of pumped without me, and I wanted to make sure I got something earlier. ATR, right? And I knew that I wanted to see that if the people got in early, it sold off, and it seemed like it had gotten its initial pump and sell off. Started off its kind of new journey and showed me signs of a move to the upside, right? The 2 cents ATR is still up booming. If we got into my trading group, like we talked about it at 2.5 cents, and we're still up beautifully. And I like what I'm seeing here for this channel. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes, look at that. The 777s happens again. I didn't even do that on purpose. 7.77%. And I'm in this pretty heavy right now still. So we'll see what happens to ATR. But of all the coins right now, and if Bitcoin can get back above 65.5, which it looks like it's going to do again, it's playing games. So I just wait for 65.5 really by the end of the day. Can we get a daily candle close above 65.5? And I'll be watching the charts. If I see something that calls me, if I see a model that I'm going for, I'll post it to the trading group. But I'm not going to be overly going crazy today, right? We'll let the market settle. We'll see what's going on. And I already see some strong coins that make sense to me, like my baby ATR. So, and it's nice that this is the coin I picked. I mean, again, I picked this coin. I was all over it. Everyone can attest to that. Sammy happened to be in something that just doesn't seem to care about the rest of the market, right? Hit this resistance a couple times at 8.5 cents. We got it at 2.5 cents. It basically did a 3.5x pretty fast for us here. And I'm excited to see what could happen here to ATR. All right. Remember, in my trading group, we're doing that altcoin, Bitcoin, 2 different kind of segments. Make sure you kind of pay attention to both here so you don't miss out. So I like to post the strong coins in the dip, watch the market, update you on Bitcoin in the next few hours, and keep you going. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to jump on into the trading group, please email cryptolifers@gmail.com if you want to pay in cryptocurrency, or just go to the link right here above us, cryptolifer.com. Hit the link right here. It takes you to my website. Super simple and easy. We make it simple because that's what we got to do. Get the education you deserve. You learn how to short, learn how to long, any single way on the market. Figure out what's happening by seeing support or resistance, levels away from the 21-day moving average, how to use the 200, and way more than that. VRVP, support or resistance, stochastics RSI, and just how to enter and exit trades based off on undervalued and overvalued areas based on technical analysis. Get the education you deserve and stop playing games. All right? We're here 7 days a week, every single day, whether we pump or we dump. I got the red on for the dump. When I got the red tie on, you know what's happening. And subscribe to our newsletter. It's twice a week. I'd love to see you there. Jump on in today and put your email address, and I'd love to see you there. Subscribe, my friends. Subscribe. Thank you so much for jumping on into the live stream today. It was an amazing live stream. I considered it a success. I appreciate each and every one of you. $284 in chat revenue. Jason dropping the $200. What a nice guy. I didn't have to do that. And blessings on blessings for everybody out here. Right? Bitcoin back at 65.3. There's a chance we do still close the candle above 65.5. And these are just dip buys. There are some coins I showed you that I'm going to be buying on the dip, looking at, and that look interesting to me, right? So, I'm going to start my first little nibble on token here. I think RWA was the hottest, so I'm going to focus on that because that's what pulled back and probably will likely bounce back the fastest. That's how I'm doing this stuff, right? And so I like what I'm seeing here for token. I'm going to buy myself $2,500. I'd like to get $8,000 of it, but I'm about to buy myself $2,500 at a time. I go a little bit above here. See if I don't move the needle too bad. So I'll do 1,000 right above here. Okay. See how that did me. We got filled there. And then I want to do another 1,500. Right? About the same. And again, never do it someone's doing on a YouTube channel, right? I'm just showing you what I'm doing just to be transparent. Look at the 777s right there. It's so crazy how they follow me around. 72777. So strange. Anyway, this coin was hot, RWA. I like what I'm seeing. All right. And this is some profits that I'm going to send off to my hardware wallet too. All right. You know what? I'm going to be greedy. Buy myself $2,500 more of BTC. Because you forget that they're going to price us out of Bitcoin a few years from now. And whether it goes to 52,000 or not, these are just the price. These are the places what I want to be jumping on in. All right. So then I bought like $5,000 worth of Bitcoin today, which makes me feel better. You know what I'm saying? And that got filled too as well. So I'm nibbling, always adding to the portfolio, never being scared, taking advantage of the fear, and using these opportunities to make gains. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. You gotta stay focused and disciplined. You can't live in fear. I believe I'm in the opportunity, and there's always opportunity coming to me. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you so much for being here with me. We made it. We make it through the lows. We make it through the highs. If we can celebrate the pumps, we got to make it through the dumps, baby. It is what it is. 65,390. Can we get back up to 65.5? Can Bitcoin hold the zone? That's really what we want. 65.5 is all we need for the daily close, and we can go from there. So we get above there, we can just hold that zone. So, and I know I sound like a broken record, but that is what it is. We hold above that. We have ourselves a way to dig up. We go below that, we really could see 52,000. So I'll see you guys later on. I might live stream later on tonight. You never know. In times like these, I tend to do that. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for a beautiful live stream. Thank you so much for your time. Without your time, there is no show. I don't know what I'd do without each and every one of you on dumps like these, but you guys stuck with me. We had some fun. We didn't hit every trade. I wasn't perfect, but we had a little fun there in the smaller time frames, and it is some choppy movement. So, even I would say, hey, take a break over here. You never know. Let the market kind of guide us a little bit. We did see some altcoins, and I saw some opportunity, which I was even surprised by, but I believe there was opportunity, so we found it. I love you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, and I thank you for rocking with me every single day. Stay blessed, and if, you lost a loved one this year like I did, and you're going through some pain, pray to God, ask for the help, and, find the sun, let the sun hit your face, smell the breeze, hear a bird, realize you got this beautiful existence still in front of you. I know you've lost some people like I have, but attempt to cherish the moment and live in the moment, everybody. You can, you will, you are the best. Remember, you know what the secret to success is, right? It's getting started.